Hi there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cam Reviews. To remind you, Cam stands for Cheap Ass Movie. It's the show where we go out and hunt for cheap movies, we watch them, and then we review them for your pleasure. Tonight's host is myself, Lizzie, with our reviews done by Nathan, Sean, and Warren. Tonight's film is The Sorcerer and the White Snake. It's directed by Tony Ching Siu-tung, distributed by Magnet, rated PG-13, with the runtime 93 minutes. Well, let's get our first impressions.
Last week we mentioned that we were going to do Tall Man. We lost Tall Man. So we'll do that when we can find it. And also, just another kind of news, we're going to change up the format. The star system at the end of the show, not going to happen again. We're just going to kind of do this conversational sort of thing. So yeah, let's get on with the movie, shall we? Look at the snake. Right there. It doesn't look like a snake to me. It's not a snake. It's an albino lizard without legs. But other than that, I think it's gonna be a dude checking out a chick while a snake's trying to eat him in the middle of the ocean by a tower. Martial arts, too.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
Okay, well this movie looks like it's gonna have a lot of kung fu action in it, because it's a Jet Li movie. A lot of people flying in the air, doing a lot of kicking and punching, and I don't know about that snake though. There's probably gonna be some CGI.
Probably.
There is going to be some CGI. I hope it's decent CGI and not crap, but this was a cheap movie. So.
As we hear, it's a Jet Li movie, kung fu, excitement. I love it already just by the cover. I'm very excited. The mysterious misty mountaintops, oriental building in the background, sun setting, snake rising from water, kung fu fists, very intimidating. Expectations, medium. Oh, is this a musical? I was gonna lose my mind if this was a musical. Hey, that's his business and livelihood there, lady. I know you think you're hot stuff, but he's got a job.
Poor guy.
How did it get so far down?
Dude, does no one know how to swim in China?
Does he just have rocks in his pockets?
You could have kissed me on the pavilion and pushed me in the water again.
No, it's like if Peter Parker needed to convince Mary Jane that he was Spider-Man, he needed to flip her over. I'm drowning. It is kind of a neat thing, though,
save me.
that he has water bubbles coming out and she doesn't. Other people would not care enough to give them...
Well, she got one little one.
Well, I mean...
Another one! The illusion is ruined. Gandalf and the Balrog.
Yeah!
Wow, there's...
That is dead on.
I've never seen Lord of the Rings. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean.
You just see Gandalf and the Balrog fighting in the background.
Watch, they're gonna crash into a lake. I bet they'll crash into a lake at the bottom.
Like a bottle.
Or he's gonna choke him out with his prayer beads.
Oh!
That's still Gandalf! Balrog! Oh my gosh!
Did they just completely
And now he's Jet Li the White.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
That is
They
awesome.
stole the
Oh my gosh! Wow.
You shall not pass copyright laws. Oh, she's inceptioning the walls.
Those are someone's home.
See what I mean? Jet Li has turned into a villain now.
Excellent point, Warren.
It's just like any superhero movie, they don't pay attention.
Yeah, but they have insurance companies.
Have you ever had a demon battle outside your house? Call us.
Protect
We'll make sure you're
yourself.
protected.
Has the clergy done nothing but destroy your home business? Tithe no more.
Oh man. Come on, let her be.
See, it's like Jet Li has turned into the villain now.
He doesn't understand the power of love.
It's the power of love.
We need Huey Lewis in the news.
Oh, by the way, shut up, 1,000-year-old snake demon.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Nailed it.
Everyone knew that.
It's mostly the lezzing out with your sister that sold me.
What?
Has she watched any of these at all?
Yes.
You're now included in this.
My poor sister. I don't really know who to root for. I really want the demon lady and the guy to be happy.
Yeah.
But, you know,
They're also murdering a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't know who to root for, man.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm gonna root for her, okay? I think that,
like you want to root
I think
for
Jet Li and so, like, I don't care if you cured this whole plague, you're still a demon. And because you're a demon, I'm gonna kill you. It's not fair.
No, she's an earthbender.
Man, she's got too much power. It's ridiculous. She's like a snake.
Now wind?
I'm gonna join this clergy because I get some pretty awesome powers from this guy.
What the?
What?
Ah!
Lift this tower over here.
Seriously?
He couldn't open the door? Your hair tickles my heart. What does that mean? Oh, it's a song.
God.
Did he just say that to her?
Your hair tickles my heart! Alright, so we just finished watching the movie. What do you think?
That movie was pretty fantastic.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
That was cool.
It was based, according to the back cover, it's based on a Chinese legend. There are points that are kind of messed
That's
up.
an amazing legend.
I am disappointed, however, that Whitesnake did not do the music.
Yeah.
Very disappointed.
Yeah, if they had the final battle to, She's My Cherry Pie, I think that would have just made it 10 times better.
There's a lot of CGI in this movie too.
Oh, yeah.
There had to be. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a Chinese legend. I mean, they're not like.
They did it pretty well, too.
If you thought string
It has to
style
be
kung
over
fu
the top.
movies was bad, I mean, this takes it to a whole new level
Yeah.
with the string CG, green screen, whatever was happening.
I think, especially for the environmental computer graphics, it was really well done.
The
animals were kind of odd.
They had
They kind of freaked me out a little bit.
more cartoonishy, almost childlike feel towards them.
Yeah.
Whereas all the other things were trying to be a little bit more realistic, I guess.
The snakes weren't that good. Bodies were pretty well done, but the heads just
Remember,
weren't.
it's.
Just wasn't right.
Demon.
Well,
But they didn't get away with it.
look at the mouse demon. It was pretty accurate to a mouse, except that
It was a mouse.
except that it talked
It's a small mouse.
in
Not a
it
giant
and
mouse.
did all this weird stuff.
What do you guys think of the overall creativity and stuff in the movie? Or originality?
I don't think it was very original because there's a scene where Jet Li fights a bat demon, and it
totally looks like
is
the
basically
same shot.
shot for shot of the Balrog scene.
The only difference was that it was a lake of lava
instead of like a water.
and it wasn't Ian McKellen.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
practically shot for shot. It was the opening scene from the Two Towers. That is pretty much the only way you can describe it.
Yeah. It's definitely the Eastern Lord of the Rings for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, was that part of the legend? Did Peter Jackson?
This came out in 2011, so I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's based off the legend, if that scene happened in the legend,
Huh.
did Peter Jackson take it from the Chinese legend?
Perhaps.
What about the performances? How do you think the actors did it?
All right.
I think it was a traditional. I think.
Yeah.
I thought
Uh,
the women playing the demons did a really good job. I
Yeah,
thought
they
both
got
were
that
really
kind
fun.
of mannerism, like when they're in their snake form. They
Very different personalities too between the two.
I've definitely seen better acting.
It's very much akin to a lot of, maybe not like the dramas from Asia, China and Japan and stuff like that, but for like the ones that are action or slightly comedic kind of thing, that over gesturing and over emoting. You've seen Shaolin Soccer, Kung Fu Hustle, how they
Forbidden Kingdom.
Whoa! There was a lot of stuff like that.
For how unique the characters all tended to be, there wasn't a lot of actual main characters that the story was focused on. Not a lot of named characters, which was interesting. Kind of disappointing because even though the story was really weird and out there, there was a lot going on at all times. I kind of didn't want to stay focused on these main characters because they really weren't that interesting all the time. They just kind of seemed to be more plot filling.
Yeah, like
Jet
that-
Li's character. Jet Li's character was hardly even there. for the first
Yeah,
half,
they
and then
kind of build him as the lead character, but
It was hard to
it's a
figure out who to
tragedy.
root for.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because at first you think, oh, Jet Li, he's a demon hunter. He's the good guy.
Yeah.
You
He's
go for
killing
him.
bat demons here. And,
Yeah.
Saving the world.
And then you meet.
Then you meet these couple that you want
well,
to like, that you do like.
Sichuan.
One unfortunately is a demon, the other's a human, and then Jet Li's like, well, you're a demon, I gotta kill you. And then you're like, no, they're happy.
I don't think there's anything unfortunate with being a demon, by the way. Total
Yeah.
immortality. I think is totally way better than
All
being
the power she
human.
had, water
That's just
tornado.
me.
Yeah,
I mean, that's way better than
She was
humans.
basically at the Avatar.
So if you like Avatar: The Last Airbender, Lord of the Rings, Ghostbusters, and Pokemon, probably an okay movie.
Yeah. What I liked about it is that within the first 10 minutes, it throws you into the action.
That was nice, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
not
because-
this boring build up. You're like, come on. It's like, oh.
Right, because the core of this whole movie, the whole core of the story is a love tragedy. At its heart, it's about Shushin and Susu.
Two lovers who cannot be together.
Right,
But
they're like the
try nonetheless.
Chinese Romeo and Juliet, except one's a snake demon. But if they tried to lead with that, yeah, especially with like Jet Li, you want to utilize Jet Li, but they probably didn't have Jet Li in mind when they first decided we're gonna shoot this movie.
Do you think they did? Do you think they were just like, okay, Jet Li, and then Snake Lady?
All right, Sean. Buy it, rent it, or pass.
I do enjoy these kinds of movies, the very kung fu story, very colorful, playful, slightly comedic, very action-y. But, however, how pieced together this was and how falsely advertised I feel Jet Li was in this movie, I have to pass it, unfortunately. Go watch Forbidden Kingdom with Jet Li and Jackie Chan. Much better, much more enjoyable, family.
Oren,
I
buy,
would
rent,
say-
pass.
I'm gonna say 100% buy it. I love this kind of stuff. I love the over-the-top CGI, and I think, Chinese culture is great for that because they do have over-the-top legends and stuff like this. I loved it. I think you should definitely buy it.
All right, Nathan, buy, rent, or pass.
I'm gonna take the middle ground and say rent it.
Worth the
Honest-
watch.
It's definitely worth the watch. I wouldn't pass it, but personally for me, I mean, I really like this movie, but the only parts that I really enjoyed watching was the martial arts.
All right, everyone, thank you for watching our camera view of The Sorcerer and the White Snake. We got one buy, one rent, one pass. I would say maybe just watch it once, check it out. You might like it. It's a fun sit through. And I hope you all have a great week. Thanks again for watching. Check out last week's video over here. Check out next week's video over here. Subscribe. And if you liked it, click like. Have a great week.
Not speaking English?
We have to read?